Okay, so we're gonna go see what these boys did, because I remember Andre telling me they went into what's the day today? Second video of the day. Why are we not surprised? I gotta watch this. Oh my lord. Okay. June 9th we're gonna come back. We're gonna go around. We're gonna go this way, and then we're gonna talk about this in a minute. June 9th of 2025. Okay. My landlady just loved that. Look at this. Beautiful. Andre said there's really not that many. Well, there is morning glory right there. I told him he can't rip, because if he rips, he'll rip off all the blueberries. You have to break the stem of the what do you call it? Morning glory, and then you have to gently unwind it. Oh, my landlady just loves getting right in the middle of all this stuff. And then we've got raspberries, and Andre said they're growing, and I can feel them. I can't see them, but I can feel them. I can kind of see it, but not very well. Okay, so anyway, let's talk about what we are going to do. Well, what I'm going to do. I only have one day to do this. Now, I ain't rushing with this stuff, okay? Now, I like this. This worked out really well. This is what you want on a more regular basis to cut back on the tediousness of grueling yard work when it comes to this kind of crap. Okay, I wanted to take that black stuff and lay it down and then put the wood chips over top, but of course that didn't happen, blah blah blah, whatever. Underneath here is that black tarp. Well, not tarp, landscaping material. I should really put on my gloves. Andre's gloves, really. It's okay. I did that a couple of years ago, and before I laid down the landscaping material, I built up the ground with a lot of food scraps that came from next door when that garage was a little kitchen. And then I buried it under and mixed it into the dirt and really fed the dirt. And then I covered it with the tarp. Well, not the tarp, the landscaping fabric. And look how nice it's been holding up. Oh, I'm so happy with that. Now there's extra here. So as I work in the yard, which is after I'm done doing my room, because that's basically what's holding me back right now, people, is the room. If Rhea wouldn't have done what Rhea did, I would have been outside by now. Okay? This is a nightmare. Nothing in here is edible. Normally I'd plant beans here, or whatever. I don't know if the bluebell crocoshells came up this year or not, but we'll work on that later. For now, it looks like we got flowers, I guess you could say. These guys are coming up in the ranks. They didn't get killed off, so that's nice. All right, so what we want to do over the course of the next 6 months, right up until fall, is make a few more situations where the weeds are really held back at bay. Okay, I even did a little bit here. You can see it's doing pretty good because I laid that underlay, right? Landscaping material over top. Then we just, okay. But the morning glory, all the invasive weeds. All right. This is edible, which I actually might try and eat some. Yeah. And then of course I laid again. You see how nice it's working here? So this is what I need to focus on a little bit more. This, my son wanted as a garden bed, but clearly you can see what I've been battling all these years, and I don't think my son really has come to the realization of how fast these things can grow. And it's kind of like, well, Andre, you go pull the morning glory. Andre, you go weed. You go mow the grass. Yeah, easy peasy to tell somebody else to do it. But when you got to get out here and do it, oh my God. Okay, so we're going to work on this garden bed as time goes by. I don't know. I see planter pots, but I don't see anything in the ground. Why? I kind of see, oh yeah, these are planter pots. And they're going to die soon. So we need to get these in the ground like ASAP. They need water. So I don't, maybe my son forgot about them. I think he forgot about them because these are bone dry, people. See, he needs help with this stuff. So we're going to bring those out to the front and Andre can water them. And we'll try and get a few of them in the ground, okay? And that will maybe brighten things up. You can see what happened here. Now this is just a compost box, but somebody has to pull this shit, okay? So I'm not doing that today at this point. I will, again, if Rio wouldn't have done what she did, and I'm still struggling with it, oh my God, I gotta be careful. I would have been outside by now. Because I was determined to work on the sheds, right? And, give Andre that opportunity to have his little fort and everything. All right. Now, we're gonna go in, I don't know, through here. Here, yeah, we can go through here. Look at this, all my fence boards are gone. If I ask, look, you see? That's the only thing that's holding up these boards. If I ask to see, the post is still solid, people. This post is not going nowhere, okay? This is what's holding up the boards. And if I would have had help, all I had to do is piece them all together. We're gonna cover. I wanted this all covered with vinyl siding, the whole vinyl siding, painted. It would have been so nice, but no. That's not the agenda. Okay. Now I haven't been back here since I was out here working in the mud, with that mud splashing into my eyes. Okay. See, I told you, wouldn't take long. You gotta be up on it. Now, because the tree is getting bigger, my baby walnut tree is not so much a baby walnut no more. It's a beautiful tree. My son trimmed it, the lower branches a little bit, you can see. I think that's maybe, okay. This is not conducive, technically, to be a garden bed anymore. But because the dirt hasn't been used for a couple of years, look, see, all over. You spend days and hours pulling. The dirt in here is good because it's had a couple of years to rest. I didn't plant anything last year in it. You see how the weeds have just taken over everything? I have to go slow, right? Look at this. Welcome to my world. Oh my God. I don't even want to think about it. It's so hard to see. Dead tree, which, as I come across this planter pot, now I haven't been out here. Andre was out here with his friends. They had a little barbecue. Oh, that's nice. I need that. Apparently, they were using the rocket stove and they had wet wood. And I guess because of the type of wood that it was, it started to smoke. And somebody called the fire department because it got real smoky. And the three boys were out here. Jude, Tayden, and Andre. And I was in the living room sleeping with Amari, right? And Andre didn't come and get me. Anyway, the fire department came. They asked the boys what was going on. Andre explained to them that they were just having a little hot dog roast and marshmallows, and that it just started smoking because of the type of wood that was damp, right? Yeah. And he didn't come get me, so he told me about it the next day. So you can see what's going on here. What is this? These are my trees. Okay, so they want to build a fort. I said they can build a fort. We may or may not extend on this yet. I'm not sure. I'm going to let them be creative. This is glass. Right? It's still holding, this is a very solid little shed, minus this glass. But the glass is tempera, so that's okay. Let's go over here. This is not where I'm working right now. Oh, let's see what kind of trees we got here. So this is a Norway maple that looks like it probably got its roots into the ground. So we do have a Norway maple. Yeah, its roots are in the ground. So I may loosen that up and retransplant it, right? Just so whatever. This is a, no, that's Norway maple. See, I don't see, everything kind of blurs together, right? It's hard for me to distinguish the shapes of leaves. Yada yada. That's just a Norway maple, because my son came and took all my trees away. They're dead, gone. I'm mad. Okay. It looks like I have a little bit of wood. Well, that's good. Somewhere in this yard for something. Borders. That's a good 2x4. So that's good. Okay. Right? I mean, if we need a few pieces here and there, I don't mind. Andre wants to go to Home Depot. That's fun. We can do that. No problem. Right? Okay. You can see. So the more I can take that after I come out here with Amari and whatever, you're a little more relaxed. You know, you got to get into that zone. Just like I have to bring my bedroom to that balance with the food pantry. I have to bring a little bit of balance out here too, right? So, you know, start weeding, and then that's when I'm going to take my landscaping fabric, and I'm just going to start covering up as we go. You watch and see. It will be really nice. Right? And if I need wood chips more because of whatever, this is comfrey. It's transplanted itself here. I can tell by the leaves. So that's a comfrey plant. Okay. Here's a walnut tree that survived. It's kind of like on an arch, which is kind of cool. Like when you come in here and you walk underneath this stuff and it's blooming like this, it makes you feel like you're kind of in a forest, you know. This is recording, right? Right? So it makes you feel good, you know, it does. So, of course, again, you know, I'll start weeding and I'll just run my fabric, landscaping fabric, and yada yada. This needs to be fixed soon, but my son will have to help me with this. Right? Right now it seems to be holding its shape. This is a nightmare. This guy likes to break the fence, left, right, and center. So I suppose if I need some boards, look at this. Now you know why I was out here 24/7, 5 to 7 days a week. And then when the city put the whip on my back to work even harder, oh my God. As if, okay? And we're in June, and do you see, do you see the height of this shit? This is what this was like throughout the whole thing. That's why I built the greenhouse, was to stop it from doing this. At least it's just in this little area. So we still have the one compost box here, so that's good. A big empty space with nothing in it except for blackberry bushes to grow like mad, in combination with morning glory and buttercup. There used to be a raspberry bush here, but it didn't do very well. And it's just as well, because you want the sun for the greenhouse, right? Still pretty sturdy, but as we clear out and work, okay, we can reinforce. That's where that wood that was thrown out, that was weather worn but was not rotten, would have done really good in a situation like this. But right now, it's still solid as a rock. This post ain't going nowhere, okay? Here's some boards, so I can, with Andre's assistance, repair this, I'm sure, to some degree or another. And I suppose if I need extra boards, here's my faithful one and only first one. Look at this. Do you see what's going on here? Okay, this is what I mean. Like this got to be careful what you make available for this shit to spread around. Maybe I can find some boards, fence boards, down there on the ground to finish anything that maybe is missing here. So we'll work on that, and by fall, hopefully by fall, it will be all fixed. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it will be fixed to one degree or another. Now I had chicken wire that was kind of rusting and shit. Big pile of it. Because I'd have to run chicken wire, right? I hope it's still here. Alright, so we're not going to get all stressed out about weeds right now. Alright? I have to go slow. Alright? What else we got going in here? Alright. And while we're out here, in between our travels, we'll work on the greenhouse and we'll clean it up and get it ready for next year. Okay? Okay. Wood, I'll need. Little mini forest, which Andre is going to have to start watering. See, this is where I got to be careful. I don't have my work boots on either, so I'm losing my balance. But as you go blind, you tend to lose more balance. Okay, what's this? Okay, this one, it's funny when they go top heavy like that with nothing on this. It's ornamental. It's an ornamental little walnut tree, black walnut. This one is another. No, this one's I think is a horse chestnut. So the horse chestnut survived. I don't see a white oak, or is that a white oak? Oh, maybe there is a white oak. I hope so. It's either the Norway maple, yeah, this is the Norway maple. I don't see a white oak at this point. But then I don't see very well. Okay, so we know I have to get out here and get busy. I have to finish my room and just clear out the kitchen a bit more. Now, because the boys, Tayden, who's 12, Jude, who is 13, and Andre, who is 14, they all wanted to make a fort. At first, they were going to use the playhouse from the back driveway and build in here, to make themselves a fort. But when that stuff was taken away from them, I said, okay, don't worry. They were all crying. I said, don't worry. We can take Mr. Lace's cat house, gut it, and you guys can work on it. There's vinyl siding, paint, whatever. Make it look nice for yourselves. Put a little table in there, a couple of chairs, and you're good to go. No, and that's not what they wanted. They wanted this. So they took it upon themselves to come outside, because I remember they took it upon themselves to come outside, and they gutted. This was not my son. This area, so they could move their fort in and have more privacy to do whatever it was that they wanted to do in here. And I said, no. Look at the mess they made. I said, no. Why? Would you let 3 boys sit in here all by themselves, conniving and maybe doing something they're not supposed to be doing? Jude, who's 13, is telling Andre that he wanted to get a girlfriend. He's 13 years old, and now he's got one. I said, Andre, please don't do that. You'll end up fighting. It will destroy your life, like when Brooks was young, fighting all the time. You know, they start dating too young, these kids, doesn't matter, girls, boy, they end up fighting. Look, they even took my wood out, I think. There's hardly any wood in here. Like, where the hell is my wood, man? Okay, anyway, you can see how nice and dry it is. So this is what this is for. I told him, no, this is for storage. It's nice and dry, for the most part. It's not perfect. it leaks a little bit. It's very, even though this is no good, doesn't matter. Because everything it is solid. It ain't going nowhere, this shit. Okay? It's well situated with its equilibrium. Here's the main beam. Nothing's moving. Everything's holding everything nice and tight. And Jerry, he leveled it off. Not this part, but all this in here is all leveled off, and it's solid as a rock. Plus, the playhouse that I built, initially it was a playhouse for Andre, and then it was going to, because, you know, the hens and whatnot, and I needed more space, so then I was going to make it into a chicken coop for the hens to have nesting boxes, which have already been, oh no, here's the nesting box, because you can see, 1, 2, 3. So this all needs to be cleaned out, and then I told Andre, after we clean it out, then you guys, the boys, can store your stuff in here. You know, outside play equipment, little tools, whatever, right? Right? So that needs to be gutted. Everything that was in there got chucked out. Whatever, so be it, so gone. Disinfect it. Sweep. Holding up really good. This was in the greenhouse. I brought it in here for a little bit of shelving. Right? So this is good. Okay, nice little pot. Oh, it's full of water. So something was leaking in here somewhere. So I'm sure the raccoons come in and drink that. Either or, I don't want to get wet right now. Got a little bit of wood for some repairs. But the boys wanted this for a fort so they could, who knows what they were going to do in here. And I said, no, you need to go and put back whatever it was that you took out, because he warned me that he took out stuff. I just assumed that he did put back, but clearly he didn't. And because I don't want to spend a lot of money for the things that I want to do that need to be done, I'm going to salvage this because I just want to give them a few pieces of something. There's a hose, so I guess they were going to spray down something in here, but they never did it. I'm not going to work. I'm going to go back in the house here in a minute, and then I'm going to come back out. Is this still working? What am I doing? Oh my lord! Sorry. I think it's still recording. I'm just basically going to put everything back because I just want them to have contact with the different materials, and I managed to rescue a few of those materials for the few things that need to be done in the yard over a course of several months, right? So that one's still fine. These are old farm windows that came from the farm. See, they're going to work on Mr. Lace's cat house. I have a bit of vinyl in there as well. This is a slightly different color. I have the clippers, everything. So, so they'll just have a little bit of, you know, just a few things to work together as a team. So when they're doing their vinyl siding on their, where's the camera? When they're doing their little vinyl siding and painting and stuff, you know, then they can use that as trim or something. Or maybe I might need it to let water run off or something, you know? Depends, right? Yeah, see? Look at this. I need this wood. Where am I? I need this wood. Every little piece of wood right now counts for me, man. That's solid. There's nothing wrong with that. Not for the things that I need to do out here. After you're done, you wash it, give it a bit of paint, and you're good to go. Like, seriously. So, even the kids make a mess. Right? So anyway, I'm here now. I might as well do a bit of this. And then after I'm done this, I'm not going to worry about weeds in the back. Right? I'm just not. But I am going to go up by the big pond area. And I'll pull a little bit of morning glory. Just because. This looks worse than more than it is. But see, this is a solid piece of wood. Right? This one actually might be good for the greenhouse. This is what I like about this room. Not only does it smell good, no mold, no mildews. It's fairly dry, at least in the center of it, in that one wall. Another solid piece of wood. Good shape still. Right. Now I didn't even know this stuff was out here because I just assumed that Andre came and put everything back, but oh, clearly he did not. My hip is not so bad today. Yet. So I think I might get this all done like soon. It's not that much. And then whatever's not been used, after they've done their fort and everything, then we'll talk about like this window, depending on what we're doing with Mr. Lace's cat house. We may or may not use it. If we don't use it, there's a couple of them here. We can put them on Craigslist, and somebody might want them for free. Yeah. Because they're in hardwood frames. Because they came from old houses that used actual hardwood in the construction of their buildings. And that's why those frames are still holding up to the test of time here. Yeah. People don't think about that stuff. They just take shit for granted. So, we may or may not, I don't know, it depends. chicken wire. And go figure. Serious. This stuff I have to keep to try and prevent leaks. Or whatever. That's all. Because I don't have proper roofing in this. My son just would have grabbed it. He checked it out. Brand new, has never been used. So there, I can still do fence repairs. To some degree or another. Yep. As long as I have the boards, the planks, the ones going up and down, I should be fine. So keep your fingers crossed. Yeah. That's how I'll teach Andre how to extend the life of a fence. Because I'll let him do it when I'm not doing it. Because I can't see the staples, like, you know, lining up the staple gun to the actual part of the wire. So he'd have to do it. I couldn't see it anymore. This kind of stuff you want to keep. It's a metal rod that you may need it to brace something, to give it that extra support. Maybe on the greenhouse. Okay, so there was it looks like somebody already took it. Which is really shady shit. Because did I just not record here, like, yesterday or something? My metal rail that's white, it's gone. Who is that? Hello? Looks like somebody took it. So what did they do? Watch my video, come in and grab it, and then fucked off with it? Or is it on the other side of the fence? Maybe it's on the other side of the thing there. Yeah, that's crazy. Completely fucking crazy, man. Let me just do a bit more. Hold on. Okay, so one of two things happened. Either my son took that white rail, which I seen when I came out here. It's on camera, so when I go in, I'll pull up that video, and I'm going to show you what I am talking about, but it's gone. So that tells me my son either loaded up in his truck and he drove off with it, because his truck's not here, and he gave it to somebody else, because, you know, my feelings don't count, right? Or somebody came in and stole it because they seen it on my video, because they're watching my videos. Unless, of course, it's on the other side and I may be missing it over there on the other side of whatever. Now, just because you're poor doesn't mean you don't have the right to own anything, people. Okay? Especially when you're expected to fix other people's problems when it comes to extreme landscaping or weed management, drainage problems, sand, whatever it is. You can't expect a person to solve those kind of problems without them having tools and access to other equipment as well as building materials. So I have a right to own what little left I have. Okay? I have done nothing wrong. I have not committed any crimes. I'm expected to clean up, quote unquote, the yard and maintain it with whatever expectations are placed on me. And, you know, I need to do some repairs. That's just a fact. To the best of my ability. I have no problem doing it outside of, and I am, as I'm coming across planks, I'm saving them. And when I get out here, I will joist them back together. I'll run the screen across them. And even if I can fix a third of the fencing, by the way I do it, because you know the landlord, she's not going to do it, people. She doesn't even want to buy a weed whacker, for crying out loud. She doesn't want to buy a lawnmower. She told me to tell Markane to buy a used weed whacker because she doesn't want to pay for it. So what does that tell you? Do you honestly think she wants to do fence repairs? No. No. So, with that said, I want a little bit of a fence. So I'm going to work on it. So now we're going to go to the other pile. And we're going to go see what's going on over there before this camera blinks out. Because maybe that's where that rail is. These rails I wanted because I'm debating about whether I'm going to put the pond in or not. I mean, I would have needed them for the pond in the front. But because my son was moving out so much shit at the time of whatever was going on with the city, he broke the post. But that's easy enough to repost, re-cement. And then after I take the black tarp, honest to God, landscaping material after the fact, cover it up, and you're good to go. Yeah, okay, so, all right. I'll finish moving whatever, because the boys, they moved out. I thought that thing was here. So I did most of that. See, my son was even throwing out perfectly good planter pots. So maybe that thing is over here, but I don't know. Somebody stole it, or my son took it. He'll say he didn't. So yeah, people watching my videos, creeping my yard, as everybody's stealing and taking what they want, acting like I have no human rights. I'm not allowed to own anything. I'm not allowed to have anything, but I'm expected to work for nothing. Oh wait, there you go. That shit's gone. That's what happened. My son loaded up. He threw it out. There you go. I don't get a choice. It's done. Fucking done. He threw it out. He threw out all the wood. I was going to try and rescue some of these boards. But it's gone. It's not over there. That's not it. No. It was right here. He loaded it up this morning. And it's gone. Great. Problem solved. Don't get all bent out of shape. You're going blind. What do you care? You're just the messenger. Even though the people don't want to listen to what you got to say, half of them, doesn't matter. Right? You're just the messenger. That's dirt. Okay? So I guess he felt I was entitled to have that little bit with the boys. God knows what else he took. He took something I really wanted, but maybe he gave it to somebody else who'd appreciate it. What is this? Garbage. Okay, so we just want to finish tidying up in this little area here, and then I'll go inside. My video would be converted over by now. And I will, perfectly good, right? These things are expensive. It's a clay pot. Wait till you see when you clean it all up in here how nice it will be. It's refreshing. I'll just put that there. Oh, sure, break it, Judy. I'll just lay it down for now. Oh. Don't get upset. And then, of course, we'll be in here finishing up doing whatever as we work. And this will be basically a little storage area for miscellaneous wood, things like that, maybe. All right, turn it upside down. Right, jars, whatever. Maybe hand tools, who knows. And okay. I'm so sad every day. I'm scared all the time. That's why I'm gonna start contacting MLAs. More than one. I think so. It has to be more than one. Hold on a minute. Okay, so just enough. Keep the boys busy, keep them out of trouble. Give them some few things to put their hands on and experiment with, and work with tools depending on what it is that they're doing. Right? Maybe my son has a different plan for this fence. Maybe he might make a gate that swings open, being that he likes to just go back and forth like this. So that could be it, and that we'll figure it out. So there, I cleared out what he didn't do for the most part. I'm not going to worry about all of that. That's too much to worry about right now. And ideally, you kind of want to come out when it's not so hot, but work more in the afternoon, later in the afternoon. Right? And this is a good time over the next week or two to maybe lay down that black fabric. I don't know yet. Nothing seems to grow here very much. And with the black walnut tree, it might stay that way for a while. It's just the way it goes. Only certain things like to live with black walnuts. Blackberry bushes is one of them. There's some comfrey. Okay. And then I cleaned up in here. They can't complain about this as a beam that we're being negligent with, because that's what holds up all of that. I don't know what kind of border they call it, but okay. I pulled a little bit of morning glory, not too much. I leveled off that pile that was a compost there. I can't really do anything with that. My son will have to do something with that. I picked up any miscellaneous garbage for the most part. Found some tools that the boys left outside. There. I moved the sand into the hen house area, either for, what is it called? Sandbags for when it floods, or maybe sand for plants in a planter pot, assuming you can find one. I'm sure there's a few around. Just have to find them. If my son was smart, he'd move those over there. Just cover them up. And then, as you need to put in posts, you have that stuff. So I'll ask him to do that. Or throw them into here. There's an idea. Could just throw them into here temporarily. Just to get them out of sight, out of mind. But still have them if you need them, which we will need them. Right? But before I do that, I should wait and see what he wants to do, because maybe he's got a better place for them. Otherwise, they have to go. They have to be moved out. I don't want to make that bin too heavy. But these are great for posts. And there's going to need to be doing something at some point. All right? So, be grateful for what you do have. Just because you're a poor woman doesn't mean you don't have a right to own it. And right now, nobody wanted those things. They abandoned them here in the yard. And when I had the playhouse here and I had them under the subfloor to keep the rats out, it did what it was supposed to do. And now they'd be perfect for posts. When you need posts, wherever those posts need to be cemented into the ground. So I'm going now inside for a minute. I'm not going to worry about this stuff right now. Maybe move the white bag. I don't know what's in it. Rocks. It's already been spilt. Whatever, I can't deal with it. I gotta hide it. Hide it in the greenery. There. So, keep it easy on myself. When I come back, I'll come back with a new container. It's all fish tank rocks. That's what that is. More shit in the garbage. Throughout all my fish tank stuff. Yep. Who cares? Nobody cares about shit like this. No, they don't. Didn't pay for it. None of that crap. Whatever. We'll do a mosaic with the boys. I'm just going to put it like this for now. Whatever, it is what it is. I don't care. Maybe we'll do rag. Always need rags. Maybe we'll do what is that called? A filter. Homemade filter. There you go. There's as a project with the boys outside in their little club. So I just emptied them down on the ground for now. I'm just going this way, okay? Whew. My hip didn't start hurting. Now I'm limping. Until about maybe 20 minutes ago. Yeah. So I don't know if I want to pull Morning Glory. I was thinking of maybe doing that. Okay. See, I have no problem throwing out garbage. I'm just saying. So I figure, see, I can't, I gotta let Andre rest. Yeah, no, my hip's messed. Oh, yeah, it was going around my whole leg, people. Down my whole leg. Just that little bit has hurt me bad. See, I need to get in here and start pulling. Andre doesn't know how to do this stuff. It's obvious my son doesn't want to do it. If you weed whack it, look at this. See? I told you. I have to finish the walkway. Mickey, look at that. See? Losing my step. Look at this. You see? Do you see what's going on? Nothing routine. Hell no. Nothing routine about that. Whew. Mickey, come and see me. Huh? Is today a little better day? Are you my gardener cat? Huh? Like the good old days? Mickey the gardener. Okay, so clearly you can see it doesn't take long before shit grows and it becomes a hot spot. So I have to finish what's going on in my house with the bedroom and all that crap first. At least with that one bedroom. And my hip is gone for the day now because I still have to do kitchen stuff. I have to cook, people, and I got dishes to do and laundry, and it just never bloody ends, man. Okay, so I'm going to finish this video now. For however long I was outside, I'm just cooling down, right? Which wasn't that long, maybe an hour. Within 35 to 40 minutes, maybe into it, half an hour, between a half an hour and 40 minutes into it, my hip started to ache. And then by the time I was basically done with that bucket going to the garbage can, after I emptied out all those fish tank rocks and whatnot, that whatever pain that's going on in my hip, it goes right down my whole leg, all the way down, from the hip all the way down. So I've never experienced pain where it's repetitive like that. I mean, I get sore and achy, and the harder I work, whatever, yeah, but this is different. But this is because of what Rhea did, I'm pretty sure. And just the way I sleep and stuff, right? Because I've been a contortionist ever since that girl did what she did. And, because, I'm looking for things and moving things and... Anyway. So, I think it's going to be the end of the day. When it comes to outside, it's extremely hot out there, man. So, at least it got, I got an inventory of what I got to start focusing on soon. Extreme yard weeding. Forget the maintenance. It's extreme yard weeding. From one end to the other end, from both sides, all the way around. It's pathetic. But anyway, Andre has to rest today because he's going to spend some time with his uncle and learn some new skills. So I'm not going back outside because of my hip. It's my hip that's preventing me right now. So maybe if I build up my stamina slowly, a little here, pulling of the morning glory, a little there, whatever, pulling whatever, maybe it will work out my hip. I hope so, because if I gotta go through like this all summer long with severe pain going down my, well, it's not severe, but it's painful. It's very achy and stiff and sore, and it's like, when you want to pop something but you can't, and it's tight, right? And then it kind of makes your leg numb and weak. That's what's happening. And of course I want to cry, because I'm so done with this gang stalking shit and being... You know how I feel about this situation, people. There's no point. I'm just working myself into an early grave as I pay for it, because I have to buy things. I don't know what things I have to buy, but I'm sure I'll probably end up buying something when I'm out there working. And I don't get paid for my work. Because it's not considered work, that's why. At least when it comes to me. Alright, no feeling sorry for myself, right? Right.